Hello, I'm Lieutenant General Todd Semonite, 54th Chief of Engineers, and we're on the road again. Today we're in Memphis out here on the Motor Vessel, Mississippi. And with me is the commander of the great Memphis District, Mike Ellicott. Mike, we just finished a great session downstairs on the motor vessel. It's actually part of the Mississippi River Commission, and I understand it's actually the 400th session of the commission. Before we talk a lot about Memphis, kind of sum up for our viewers here, what does the commission attempt to achieve on these particular visits, and how does this whole thing come together?
Hey, so the Mississippi River Commission meets twice a year with all the constituents up and down the river to talk about anything pertaining to water. And it covers everything from flood control and navigation to ecosystem restoration on both sides of the river, from the headwaters at the Canadian border all the way down to the mouth of the Mississippi. It is an incredible opportunity for us to get together with our partners, no matter where they are, to talk about whatever it is that they want. The partners are able to give public testimony. That testimony goes straight to the commission, whether in written and spoken form, and then provided back to Congress and back to the participants in about 6 months.
And the way this works, there's a low water trip and a high water trip, and during those trips you stop in what, 2 or 3 different cities on parts on the river?
Yes, sir. Yep, we stop in 2 cities within the Memphis district. There'll be at least 1 stop in the Vicksburg district and at least 1 stop in the New Orleans district. Each of the public meetings lasts about 3 hours. And then we use the rest of the time, the bulk of the time, to get the commissioners out to see the problems and challenges on either side of the river.
So one of the things we talk about in the Corps all the time is collaboration. And I was very, very impressed this morning where you had commission of very, very senior people, 3 general officers, 3 commissioners, and admiral from NOAA here. Your whole team from Memphis is here. But really, you offer the local stakeholders to come in and really either vet their concerns or maybe share their successes. Does that model work pretty well for you?
The model's incredible. I'm allowed to hear at least twice a year exactly what they're thinking about and exactly what they're feeling, and it provides them a forum to be able to tell people either we're doing well or we're not doing well, and it'd be a forum to tell, in particular today, what's working well for the Corps of Engineers and where their challenges are.
And then the other thing I understand is also you follow back up. Somebody comes up and says, hey, I got a problem with aquifer recharge, or we got a problem with a levee issue, then you go back in and make sure you close the loop with them. So it really is a pretty much of a full circle iteration then.
It's an incredible opportunity. Yeah, we will follow back up in writing personally with those who testified, as well as through the MRC with a written response.
So now, I know that the Memphis District obviously supported this commission visit. What else is going into your district, Mike? What are some of the big things? And somewhere I want to make sure you address, what does the supplemental mean to you, and how are you going to get your arms around all this gigantic workload we're seeing in the Corps?
Hey, so Memphis District is uniquely situated amongst 6 cities, or 6 states. I don't have a single capital within Memphis District, but I got a ton of constituents that all need work done. For the last 2 years, Memphis District has been developing the ways to get ahead and seize opportunities should it come to it, and we've got that opportunity now. With the FY17 supplemental money, $149 million came to Memphis District. The FY18 is another $143 million. We've taken the approach of looking at acquisition. We started 2 years ago to develop the acquisition tools to be able to seize the opportunity, and we have those in place. We've also taken a look at how we approach the problems. We now identify problems early. We do a lot of collaborative work with the stakeholders, and we're able to move quickly through. Because of that work with the acquisition process, in some particular instances, we've been able to cut the time from problem identification to contract award by more than 2/3. We've also done a significant amount of work in addressing the culture and the things that are out there that sometimes get in our way. We're focused on the iron triangle of good, fast, and cheap. We're focusing on maintaining that quality, that goodness, and maybe addressing the time and reducing that time. That acquisition and the approach helps us do that. And then finally, we've been reinvesting in our time with our partners. Early and often in the contact with our partners has paid huge dividends and be able to move us forward, particularly with $300 million in supplemental.
Yeah, I think, Mike, these are some really good points. The big deal is the Corps' growth in the next year is going to be phenomenal. We're almost doubling our workload. We cannot afford to deliver this program to move dirt doing things the same way. And you talked a lot about the structural changes. We got to work acquisition. We got to work council. We got to work HR. But I think, Mike, you really touched on the most important thing, and that really is the culture. We have this great marriage of military leadership, civilian expertise, but we've all got to go down this road, and it's okay to be able to do risk-informed decision-making and to be able to make sure at the end of the day, we're taking care of the people of America, we're taking care of these projects, and we're getting these projects in the ground. So, Mike, thanks for a great job today. Thanks for supporting the commission. And last night, I was just about 5 different people from the local team came up and told me the great job the Memphis district does. I was really impressed with the leadership team you've got, and it's clearly resonating with a lot of your stakeholders. So thanks for your leadership and great job.
Thanks for coming down, sir.
All right, so General Semonite from Memphis, on the road again.